Let everything go. And just start by getting comfortable in our chairs, like we always do. For the next 20 minutes or so, see if you can let go of anything you're worrying about, anything you're holding on to, including your hopes of doing it right, concerns about not doing it right. And so you can remember, in here, there's no right, there's no wrong. In here, there's just showing up however we are and being however we are. As music comes and goes, as my voice comes and goes, as your breath comes, goes. Just really to be with the present moment. So with that, let's just invite our breath and invite our awareness of the breath. Letting that awareness turn inward as you inhale and letting it stay inward as we exhale. Again, just keeping that attention inside to the extent that you can. Expanding the space inside. And breathing out. Just letting it naturally let go. No effort, no push. And breathing in, no effort, no pull. Just allowing the breath to breathe itself. And then when it's ready to exhale, letting it do that too. And so we'll just continue to breathe in and then exhale. See how little effort you can give it right now. It's really letting this natural process of your body function the way it does when you're asleep. You know, when we're sleeping, we're not thinking. Time to breathe in. Okay, now time to breathe out. Breathe in again. I don't think we'd get a lot of sleep if we had to do that, would we? Let's see if we can just let the breathing happen while we don't do anything at all. Just pay attention to it. That difference there? We're not making anything happen or not happen. We're just observing what does happen. You may notice that your mind went to something else. We're observing what does happen. We observe that the mind went elsewhere. And we just come back and we go, oh yeah, I was breathing. I was watching the breathing, watching it breathe in, watching it breathe out. Somehow the body knows when to breathe out. Somehow the body knows when it's time to breathe in. And again, it knows when it's time to breathe out. You could say it's a very small thing. It just happens without us, even though it's happening inside of us and all around us. Notice the breath knows when to breathe in. Let's just turn back to just being with it. Just notice how it's going. You can notice what your body is doing. Maybe your body is relaxing a little bit, responding to your breath. Maybe it's responding to your slowing down a little bit. And if you want, you can continue to do exactly what you're doing, or you can do an experiment where we bring a little curiosity to what is happening in relation to the breath. What I mean by that is we can notice our experience of breathing. Does it have a quality of pleasantness or unpleasantness? Or is it a quality of neutrality? Pleasant, I like it. Feels good. Unpleasant, maybe I have a sore throat, scratchy, something's uncomfortable. Not that pleasant. Better than not breathing at all, but could be more pleasant, right? We're evaluating. It's the evaluative mind, we all have it. It's important to have it. And we can also notice, nothing here or there about the breath. It's just kind of neutral here right now. And whatever it is, we're not trying to make it any different. We are just observing. Inhale. And you exhale. Pleasant. Unpleasant. And maybe you can include the overall body in your awareness, and especially this central core area. A lot happens in this central core area when we start to pay attention. And you can include, of course, the shoulder, the throat, the back. All of it is expanding, contracting as we're breathing out and breathing in. Just noticing that entire area, and then you can be curious. Pleasant, unpleasant, neutral. So you notice that your inhale is just pleasant. And maybe your exhale is pleasant too. You're just really grooving on breathing in and breathing out and sort of loving how this feels. Let's just stay with that. And maybe you notice that when you love it, when it's just so pleasant, you might have this sense of, oh, I gotta hold on to it then. It's so good, I've got to keep it. Something that we humans do with things that are pleasant. Need a little more of that. Let me keep this. Maybe I could meditate all day. It just feels so good, this breathing in and breathing out. And at some point, if we're holding on, it's sort of a clinging and a grasping that we can do when we like something very, very much. We can hold on to it so tight, get so into the how do I keep this? How do I get more of this? How do I make it never end? That clingy, graspy thing can kind of turn into something that doesn't feel pleasant, right? It kind of even crunch over. If you let the body sensation just take itself and complete itself, right? So I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it so much. I almost curl in on myself and it all gets tight in here. And at some point I notice, ooh, this isn't pleasant at all. This is really tight, really locked in. It's not the spacious, pleasant breathing in and out that I had a minute ago. It's locked in like a fist, like a tight chest or a tight belly. And all we're doing is noticing. It's one of the things that can happen. It can also happen with the unpleasant sensations. Similar idea, so far into pushing something away, 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 away to get relief, that all of a sudden that relief turns into something that isn't relief. The pleasant turns into unpleasant. Tasteful, pleasurable turns into distasteful. And again, this is mindfulness practice. We are just observing the conditions of the mind and the body, taking it for our consideration. And yeah, sometimes the point of mindfulness is just to observe, and sometimes the point of mindfulness is to observe and then wisely choose. That too, I offer for your consideration. And so with that, let's just return just to being with the breath. No more exploration, no more analysis. Let's just breathe in and breathe out. On that exhale, maybe letting all those thoughts and ideas just float on. Move away. As you breathe in, notice the expanding, and you breathe out, and you notice the collapse, the letting go. Do these explorations sometime. Notice how our mind can do things that take something really lovely, bliss, and turn it into something which is not comfortable. I can do that on vacation sometimes if I'm really just enjoying, being someplace beautiful, maybe enjoying being by the water, and loving how the light is, loving the sky, maybe there's stars in the sky, and I can just get so in love with a place or a moment, especially on vacation, that then I launch into not just being here now, right? No, I launch into strategic. How can I extend it? How can I make it last longer? If I do it, if I breathe a little differently, will I make it last longer? And, maybe I can come back here, or maybe I can do this in such a way that I can take it home with me, or maybe I should just move to this place and then I never have to leave. You might notice some of your own mental habits in what I'm describing. And what are we to do? Can we open a space of compassion, of acceptance, when we notice that process doing itself again? Go, oh, right, there it is. That doesn't make me bad. It doesn't even make me abnormal. And can I put it down? And can I just return to the breath? I breathe in and I breathe out. As I let go, maybe of wanting to hold on, can I also let go of anything that started to judge me in my mind? Can I let that float off too with maybe my next exhale? Just invite it. Let's just come back and maybe let's bring our shoulders a little wider. Maybe invite the chest to be a little bit more open as we breathe in, inviting the inhale to expand, holding the head up maybe a little bit more, a little higher, and then just letting the breath go. Nothing to engage, no strategy to try to enact. It's coming back to this moment. And let's just stay here a little while. Breathing in. And breathing out. And just resting in the body. And just be in it. Nothing to do. And breathing in. And out. And in. Maybe there's nothing we need to analyze. What if we don't need to figure it out? What if we don't need to understand? What if we could just reside right here in this sort of suspended place? Just letting the breath carry you. Breathing out. And breathing in. Notice how little effort is required. Just keep coming back to nothing but the breath. Nothing but breathing and resting in the body. Stop working. Whatever that is, put it down. Doing great. Practicing peace. Staying right with it. Coming back if you went away. Maybe something's getting a little restless. See if you can bring some kind attention to it. You know, like the baby in the basket that's starting to get a little fussy. Just bring a little kind attention. We place a hand on the back of that little baby. And see if we can invite them to just rest. Feel your presence. And maybe the little one just sighs and goes back to resting. Gets a little tight at some point, moving towards something you might have started thinking about. See if we can just invite some gentle presence of the mind to bring it back. And let it be here for just a little bit. See if we can invite that belly just to soften. Realize everything's okay right now. We've got this. Feel free to shift the body if it wants to move. Feel free to change the pattern of the breath. As you go a little deeper, exhale a little bit longer. Invite your system to take what it needs. All in the process of letting go, dropping in a little deeper. Anything the mind feels it needs to work so hard to hold. Let's invite it to just let that go. whatever it can, all of it. We drop all of that stuff. Allow yourself to just float here. Breathing in, breathing out. Stay with it.